and contemporary coincide, where urban influences embrace traditions. From massive malls to sandy beaches, from sacred temples to tropical forests, the kingdom of Thailand has it all.
We are in Bangkok and finally we are in London. We reached after 3.5 hours of flight, Jasmine with her luggage of 10 kilos and me with my sad little elbow crutch. We have checked into Bandinso Hotel and it took us about 20 minutes to explain what breakfast we want, but finally we have this amazing decent spread. So let's start the breakfast.
Bangkok has a rich, multifaceted personality, much like the rest of Thailand. While the city races towards modernism, traditional values snuggle in its lap. Gigantic malls coexist with street vendors, and golden hues of temples merge with neon-lit nightlife. And the food, wow! If you're a foodie who's up for a little adventure, treat yourself to some street food. Well, not everyone would dare to savor those crispy fried insects. We get it. If that's the case, we suggest you stick to simpler things like noodles, satay sticks and desserts.
Something called banana roti. It's a very weird but amazing combination of the Indian flatbread and banana and condensed milk and honey syrup, I suppose, but it just tastes amazing. Yay! I'm having the roti egg holder. That's quite tasty and surprisingly they add condensed milk, so it's quite like sweet and sour, but it's not bad. You can try it out.
When two girls backpack to Thailand, all one can think of is shopping, sightseeing, sand in the toes, and a lot of fun. And fun we did have.
interesting feeling, quite scary, but I like it. And it's very creepy and it's coming towards me, but still it's nice. Sit down. No lock, no lock. Soft your hand. Yeah. She don't like you lock. Oh. Lock she knows. Never mind, never mind. How is it feeling, Paro? It's very scary. Oh my god, it is very scary. Here I am. Okay. Yes, I am okay. খাপে ভয় খাই যাব No lock Yeah บอกมะพร้าวมาช่วยเลยแล้วมะพร้าวมาช่วยงอหน่อยเด้Okay.
But the plot thickens. For starters, here's what happened.
A very unfortunate event happened right before coming to Bangkok. I broke my leg. But that has its perks. Number one, you get to jump the queue all the time. Number two, people make way for you, they carry your luggage. And number three, my friend Jasmine does all the paperwork and running around for me.
That wasn't all.
We are at the Donwai market, but I think we are late because we don't see boats floating around, but not to worry, we'll be back.
We soon realized that we were at the wrong place. We intended to go to the Dom Noen Sadwok floating market, but thanks to our navigation skills, we ended up at the Donwai market, which is definitely not a floating market. Nevertheless, it was a good insight into the local market and products of Bangkok. Oh, and that wasn't the end of it. Yet another dampener was just waiting to ruin it for us. 2 days of constant rain. Of our Thailand expedition, we have booked 2 minivan tickets for Pattaya, and we've been told that we'll have to wait for 40 minutes till the next minivan comes, and we're just sitting here and praying that it doesn't rain. Waiting to go to Pattaya, and it has started raining. Okay. We battled rains, thunder and traffic to reach Pattaya, and finally we did. Now we're riding from the walking street and let the adventures begin! Is a hedonistic paradise for all pleasure seekers and offers a lot to explore. Jasmine is very happy because we managed to reach Chatuchak market on time. When it comes to shopping, Thailand offers an exhaustive range of malls and street markets. At Don Wai, we got a taste of the local flavor, whereas Union Mall flaunted Western trends. But we were simply overwhelmed by the massive Chatuchak market with over 8,000 stalls. Oh yeah, and we did a little after dark shopping at Khao Road.
Time so far. Our Bangkok sightseeing is done. We've had an amazing time in the land of awesomeness that is Pattaya. Jasmine is done with her mission shopping. She's hopped over 3 to 4 markets so far, Chatuchak and Khao San being her favorites. Here are a few glitches. Number 1, we haven't made it to the floating markets yet. We went to Don Wai twice. And the second thing is that we need to refill our wallets, but there are no currency exchanges right now because it's late into the night. I'm waiting for Jasmine to find out a solution for this as well, as she always does. She's a lady in control and I'm sure she'll find a way out. If you are in Bangkok and you're looking for currency exchange at night, then you can come to Khao San Road. You can get it done at the currency exchange, but just be careful that you carry $100 notes. Otherwise, like you can see, $5 and $20 value is much lesser than $100 notes. It's day 5 in Thailand and we landed in Phuket early morning, drove down directly to Tiger Kingdom, and we petted 2 medium-sized tigers. Touching the big wild cats was not easy. It was scary, but I learned that if you respect the animal and if you follow the instructions of the staff, it's not that difficult and the experience is awesome.
Although it's a scary experience touching the wild cats, but it's amazing experience if you follow the staff, and be careful with your camera and do not touch the electric wires.
And now that we're done, I think we're headed off to the beach. Paro! At the Patong beach, it's a lovely weather, but we are being bombarded by vendors and bees. And Jasmine is a little upset because we just came out of the Tiger Kingdom and we didn't get enough time to spend with the tigers. Jasmine, tell us what happened.
Yeah, so basically when you go to the Tiger Kingdom, make sure you take a round and acclimatize on their behavior. Then select which tiger you want to, in which tiger cage do you want to spend time, because I would recommend you go to the big tigers because they're lazy, they like to sleep around and they like to just laze around. So that you can go take good pictures and come out. And others are a little hyper, so you might not get very good time to spend with them. That is it.
And she said the big tigers sleep around. Oops. We've landed in Bangkok. We've been dying and starving for vegetarian food because that's what we eat. Surviving on semi-vegetarian Thai food and baked stuff and junk food is not easy, but we're finally here at Union Mall. The name of this place is the Pizza Company,
and we have been served amazing spaghetti with mushroom sauce and spaghetti with arrabbiata sauce and garlic bread, and we feel heavenly. We're very happy today.
Our trip was almost nearing its end and we were off to our last and final destination. After 2 failed attempts, the Dong Nguyen Sadwok floating market. Vibrant and colorful boats floated through the canal that connects to Taching River. We noticed that the souvenir shops were by the side and the food and beverage boats floated through the market. It was also an inspiring sight to see a lot of women paddle the boats.
We took the sharing boat here, which cost us 150 baht each. That's much lesser than the private boats. And also I would recommend you carry shades and umbrella or hat because it gets really hot. The energy, the vibrancy of this place is simply incredible.
Here we are having our last meal in Bangkok. Look at that, it's so amazing. And Jasmine is a little nervous because the size of the fish she ordered is huge. And Jasmine likes big things.
Yeah, it looks very yummy, but only food I like big things.
And kudos to Jasmine for managing this trip in $600 each.
And yeah, and kudos to Parmita managing this trip and surviving this trip actually with her fractured feet. We had a lot of fun. It was a great time being here, and we just want to say Bangkok, Khap Khun Kha.